If you want a good man, you have to be a good woman. I keep picking men that suck. I keep having all these horrible dates. I can't find a good man. I'm not discrediting that these men suck. They probably do. But there are also very good men in this world. I married one, a wonderful man. We're not thinking about the common denominator here. You are picking these men. We need to take an accountability that maybe your picker is broken. I can't sit here and say that I didn't pick men. For my husband, the guys that I dated were awful. But once I realized that I was the problem and took accountability for my lack of picking good men, my world changed. My life changed. I've been with my husband for 12 years. I picked a good man. Those are your choices. We need to remember that we need to be accountable for that. Do these men suck? Probably. But we need to look inward and think about, what do I need to change about myself in order to find a good man? Change my mind.
I hate when it's a really good guy trying to be in your life, but you know he would make the perfect side nigga.
Most women, especially young women, don't like good men. You just heard what she said. She hate when it's a really good guy in her life, but he will make the perfect side dude, because more times than not, the good guy, the good man, it's not her type. It's not her type. So she will keep him in her back pocket because she know that he'll be emotionally available when she wants somebody to talk to. She know that when she wants somebody to take her out on a nice date, he'll be the one to do it. She know that when she wants somebody to buy her flowers, tell her she's beautiful, make her feel great about herself, he's going to be the one to do it. But he's not her type. And most women don't care for good men until they get older, until they get wiser, until their real type is done walking all over them like they're a doormat. Fellas, you know what a good man is. You know what a bad toxic guy is. If you're a good man, find you a woman that values you for who you are. Find you a woman that truly cares about you, that truly shows with her words, with her actions, with her emotions, that she loves you. Don't play second fiddle to nobody. You didn't become this best version of yourself for you to be second to somebody else. For her to say, okay, I'm done with that guy. I'm done with this guy. I'm done with this guy. I'll give you a chance now. Don't ever play yourself like that. Come on, man.
Men think women don't get rejected.
They do
One
sometimes.
time I was at a coffee shop and I started the conversation with this guy sitting next to me.
Awesome. Good.
And after a few minutes, he goes, "Can you go away? I'm trying to work on my screenplay."
Oh. No, that's good. That's good that you tried to approach. I feel like he was just being upfront and honest. He clearly wasn't interested, or he didn't know what you were doing. He thought you were just sitting there not trying to approach him. I want women to approach. I think it's great and wonderful. But you also have to be a little bit more blunt and upfront about it, because a lot of men aren't going to jump to the conclusion, oh, this woman likes me, she's trying to ask me out. He might see it as, oh, she's waiting for a friend sitting next to me and I'm trying to work here. Or he is taken and he didn't have the opening to tell you that. But no, this is great. Keep doing it. But just maybe be a little bit more forthcoming so he knows what your intentions are. You could even say something kind of cliche and be like, hey, you're handsome. Can I get your number? Or just give him your phone number and say, call me sometime, text me sometime, something.
There are no good men left. They don't make them like that anymore. There's no good men left. What do you say to those women?
I think that ties back to men hiding and hiding from themselves and not knowing their place in the world. And that, again, that's not excusing their behavior. That is a beautiful opportunity for them to say, the world thinks I want to be me. I'm going to discover me. I'm going to show whatever my quote unquote goodness is in the world to the world because I value that.
Yes.
But most men don't. They'll either hide and they'll mask from the world, they'll run from the world, or they'll hide behind false bravado.
Yes.
Hyper-competitiveness, achievement, climbing the corporate ladder, more zeros in the bank, whatever it may be, right?
Yeah.
Like all these achievements external to feel validated, but then their true selves are hidden. So the goodness that lives in them, it can't be exhibited because they spend so much time performing.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
The thing that a woman can do in this instance is...
Hi, women don't leave good men. It usually takes a woman a really long...
No, that's stupid. Women leave good men all the time. I'm Max Butterfield, Dr. Max Butterfield. I study this kind of thing for a living, and if you're sick of the noise from the influencers, tired of the hot takes, the manipulation, the misinformation, the personal anecdotes leading you nowhere, follow me for daily science-backed reels about relationships, love, dating, attraction, and a whole bunch of other cool stuff. No manipulation, no misinformation. I call out the BS, and I won't leave you. Well, I mean, I will, so you better follow me, or else you'll never see me again.
I will is that men don't want a good woman. They want a woman that makes them feel good. And you're going to say, what are you talking about? Men don't actually want a good woman on paper. They don't want you to make good money. They don't want you to be educated. They don't want you to have great credit. They don't want you to have a good body. They don't want you to cook. They don't want you to clean. They don't want any of that. They don't want a quote unquote good woman, because then it forces them to rise to the occasion because you already have all of those things. So now he feels pressure. Now he feels unworthy. Now he feels insecure. And he also knows that a good woman is going to leave him. And so every day he sits there and he has a fear that another man is going to come and steal you from him. So then he goes and he acts weird to you and he cheats on you. When I say that men want a woman that makes them feel good, they want a woman who they feel superior over. They want a woman who they make more money than. They want a woman who they feel like they're doing better than. They want a woman that they're like, who's going to want this fat, ugly, stretch marks with kids? No one's going to want you. But that's why they want.
I have two main points to make on this one, and that is one, a man does not think that a woman needs to have a good credit score, a high education like a master's or doctorate's degree, or make a bunch of money in order to be a good woman. I mean, those are things that make her a responsible woman and an educated woman. It's kind of like an added bonus, but that is not what men want the most. Secondly, I know for sure that a man wants to be able to show off the woman that he's with. So no, he does not want to be with the woman that he thinks is fat and ugly. I honestly just think that it's weird to think that.
What are women lacking? Good attitude, Black women in particular. Let's talk about what's a good attitude. Let's be specific. Positive. Imagine that. Service-minded. Already those two disqualified a bunch of you. Helping and supportive. Confident. Confidence not loud. Fair and just. Oh my gosh. I feel tired even just saying this. Accountable. Kind. Why is it? It's sad that this is so funny. Kind. Responsible. You know what I'm describing, y'all? Pro-social. That's the opposite of antisocial. Antisocial doesn't mean you're introverted. Antisocial means that you do things that are destructive to society. Antisocial is also a personality disorder. Let me save that one. Your character, if your liabilities outweigh your assets, you're a liability. Someone would have to be dumb to get on board with you. We see it in the fruit. You don't prioritize your own personal character development, but you do focus heavily on getting the promotion, on how much money you're making. You're becoming consumed with achievement, attaching achievement to your self-worth. Most men don't want a pushover of a woman. That's weird. That's uncomfortable. Like a man that has some character and values, that's a weird feeling to be able to just push women over physically, emotionally, mentally. Like she can't hold her own like mental ground. That's a weird dynamic to be in for someone who is not like, who's like a normal person. That's a weird dynamic to be in. They're not looking for pushovers, doormats. There's a misrepresentation of being a type of woman that has a mentality that a man likes. Like they make it so extreme. You must not like yourself. Like, no, I actually love myself. And that's part of why he loves me. Dummy. Y'all are confused. So confused.
Well, I think what you have to say is one fundamental thing. And the fundamental thing is early in the relationship, you have to say, this is a job. This relationship is a job. I want to be good at it. I want to be good at it. I want to be good at it every day. And I know there's going to be days where I'm better at it than others. And there's going to be days where I absolutely the bed. And so I want you to know that you can tell me when I'm doing it right. And you can tell me when I miss the mark. Because I know when you tell me that, you're not criticizing me.
So I just had a restraining order filed against me one day after meeting a woman off an app. Her name was Julie. She seemed normal, good profile, good energy. We matched late at night, which can be a good sign. So everything's set. I go to pick her up. I hold the door open for her like a gentleman. Everything's going fine. We're getting along. And then at the end of the night, I told her I'd love to see her again. I thought I was getting good signals from her, but you can never tell with these women. So I go in, make a move. She screams. She slaps me. She runs off. And then lo and behold, I'm banned from the app the next day.
Okay. Andrew, the question was just, why did you leave your last job?
No, I'm telling you, I drove Uber.
I mean, honestly, you can always count. I mean, even with some of the men nowadays, you can count on somebody to make it a man's fault. I think the question was, or the saying was, they don't make them like they used to make them anymore. Like where are the good men at? What happened to all the good men? Well, you know, they're probably hiding from themselves and their emotions. Really? There's nothing else that women could have done. There's nothing else that some of these ladies out here are doing. Nothing. It's the man's fault again. Man, come on, guys. Come on. It's irresponsible at this point.
A good woman is hard to find, right? Funny. Because if you ask any woman if she's a good woman, she'll say yes. So somebody's lying. Somebody's not telling the truth. Either the men can't recognize a good woman if she slapped them in the face, or a whole lot of women are lying to themselves about who they really are. Now let's be real. A good woman is not about being cute. It's not about having your own money. It's not about not cheating. That's basic. That's standard. A good woman brings peace, not drama. She respects her man in public and in private. She can take accountability without turning it into a 3-hour argument. She knows how to disagree without the disrespect. She pours into her man without keeping score. But here's the problem. Most people judge themselves by their intentions, while everybody else judges them based on their actions. So a woman might think she's a good woman because she means well, but if her actions are prideful, selfish, and defensive, guess what? That's not good. Good women aren't rare because they don't exist. They're rare because most women stop doing the work to become one, but they still claim the title anyway.
Go, Kylie, go. Good job, Kylie. You're doing amazing, sweetie. Wow.
I'm sorry, can we stop pretending that men used to go to war is a normal, cutesy little argument to throw around every time you feel like being a lazy men did not go to war so that you could feel entitled to sit down on a train because you chose to wear heels. Men went to war because millions of them were drafted. They were forced. They lost limbs, they came back with shell shock, and they were changed forever. And yet for some reason, feminists on TikTok are comfortable trivializing that and reducing all of that to, excuse me, sir, my feet hurt, so you have to give me your seat. Do you realize how insulting that is? And if you actually gave a about what these men went through, you wouldn't use their suffering as some sort of loyalty rewards card from Starbucks that women can just punch whenever it's convenient. The best part is these women will spend the rest of the 364 days of the year telling us that men never did anything for women. Imagine explaining to all these men that their legacy is Karen now gets to sit on the train.
The most dangerous dating pattern that I see in women is losing attraction to the good guy. The commonality I see with my clients is they want a good guy, someone who is emotionally intelligent, mature, grounded, consistent, loyal, supportive. This is what they're looking for. But then once we get the good guy, we start to tell ourselves this story of there's no spark, he's not the one, something's off, this feels boring. And then we tell ourselves we're losing attraction, like I'm not attracted to you anymore. But that's not what's happening. Here's what is. You're letting your guard down for the first time in love. And the reason you're letting your guard down is because you're finally safe in love. And for a lot of us, it's the first time we've ever felt safe in love. So your soul knows there's no need to wall up and guard up and be protective against this guy. Like, he's amazing. Soften. Open your heart, let him in. That's when the fear activates. So we push away through the illusion of I'm not attracted to you as a way to protect us from getting hurt. Here's the work that you do with a good guy. You rewire that the safety he provides you is not boring and that his stability isn't indifferent. When you break this dating pattern of losing attraction to the good guy, this is where you get healthy, soul-connected, lifelong love.
There are men that are looking for good women and looking to be married and everything. And I think that we just need to know that, understand that. Because it is out there. And there's a man right now that's going through a breakup because a woman hurt him. Yeah. Not he hurt her, you know?
So you think there's men out here that's looking for a good woman in a marriage?
Yes. Absolutely.
And you think that they are a good man?
Yes, I think that a lot of men are yearning for good women. Because a good woman is not just a woman that's beautiful or a successful woman. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that. So many of us is beautiful and successful and all those things, but it's deeper than that. A spiritual aligned woman, a woman that knows who she is, a woman that is coming to also be a servant. You know what I mean?
Come on, a helpmate.
Exactly.
A helpmate.
So
that's going to add value to your life.
And multiply.
Yes.
A good woman will help you multiply anything that you touch.
A good woman going to turn your dreams and help you make your dreams reality.
Yeah.
She going to birth something in you.
Yes. She going to be an inspiration.
Yeah.
That's why they say when he finds a
he who finds a
good
thing,
and finds favor from the Lord.
And you have
I think people always forget that last part, favor from the Lord. So it shows you that when man gets a good woman, that he gets favor from the Lord.
Come on, come on.
Favor is like what we all is out here wanting to be favored. Like, you see how
she shut down Pound Town, and if she wanted to, she would. Okay, why is it that when women have good men that are working 10, 12-hour day shifts, paying all the bills, showing up for their family, doing the emotional support that the wife needs, he's the one that's suffering, being shut off on intimacy and bedroom activities? Let me ask you women, if your man is showing up for the way that you need him to show up, why can't you show up for him the way he wants you to show up for him? Why is there such a double standard? And why is it that it's been such a burden to you to open up bedroom activities? I seriously want to know, because I see a lot of women say, oh, I have great men, but then like they talk about how they don't have at all anymore in their relationship. Like, it's not important to them. But yet their men still want this. And why is it that when he brings it up to you, is that, and your response is that all you ever think about? But you best believe and bet your sweet butt cheeks that if you have a problem and something's not right on your end, that he needs to fix it immediately or they'll be held to pay. Why is it that men have to jump through hoops and continue to jump through hoops to satisfy you in every aspect of your life? It's like his job to keep you happy, but you can't do the same for him? Make it make sense.
Women present to me on paper, right? He's everything. He's good looking. He treats me well, comes from a good family. He's kind. He's generous. He has a good job. What the is missing? Pick the guy. You guys are crazy. What do you want? You want him to use you?
Settle.
You want him to treat you like
never been in
There's
a toxic
something about
relationship.
women. You guys want a guy who's kind of got a rough edge to him. You guys want a guy who kind of treats you like a I think there's something there when women can say, on paper, he's everything. Pick the guy then. What is missing? Tell me.
Compatibility.
Compatibility. Imagine if I sat here and said, she's beautiful, she's amazing, she treats me kindly, she's a virgin, whatever, all the things that men care about. She's all the great things, but I just didn't feel the vibe, I didn't feel the vibe. That's never gone through my mind. Trust me, the vibe will be there if everything on paper is there. You want the jerk, you want the bad boy, you want the guy with a bit of edge. That's dysfunction, just saying.
The society we're creating right now, more and more men don't want to get married. And I get why. There is almost zero upside for men getting married. This isn't me saying that men shouldn't get married, or women, but think about what society is telling men about what being a man is. It's all about society is f***ing men hardcore for getting married. If you get married and you get divorced, the woman takes 50% of whatever you have. 80% of relationships, the man is the biggest provider. So that's a big right off the bat. What are you getting in exchange for that? Second, if you have kids with her, you're because the government doesn't think that you deserve it. So even good dads who try to stay in the kid's life are so there's a lot of men going, why the would I do this? The good news is that will correct itself, because eventually then people start going, oh, right? When you create mistakes, you only create more error. Error creates more error. So we've gone so far the other direction that more and more men are going like, why the would I get married?
A man's silence will frustrate a woman more than anything he could ever say, because it takes away the leverage she had. These are the 3 reasons why. First, silence removes her ability to steer the interaction. When a man is talking, reacting, or explaining, she can work with that. She can respond, redirect, question it, and she can even escalate it. But when he goes quiet, there is nothing to engage with. And that loss of control creates immediate frustration. Second, silence creates uncertainty. Words, even the negative ones, they still feel like connection. But silence introduces distance. Now she does not know where she stands, what he is thinking, or what that man is going to do next. And that lack of clarity is unsettling because it makes the situation harder to navigate or manipulate. Third, and this is the most important part, silence forces accountability. When there is no argument to focus on, no words or tone to pick apart, the attention has to shift inward. Now she has to sit with what actually happened instead of distancing herself with the exchange. And that is uncomfortable because it removes the ability to deflect. There is nothing to deflect when all you get is silence. So the problem...
And when we talk about good women being hard to find, the creator so accurately pointed out, somebody's lying. Somebody is lying. And this is why men move away from dating, because somebody is lying at some point in time. You can't even say there are all these good men out here. You can't even say that. There's plenty of them, but not every man is a good man. And I think a lot of men can see that. And that's why they say maybe you shouldn't be over there with a Chad or a Tyrone. They've even got a prototype. They've even got a template for what a terrible man is. But a lot of women, oh, all of us are good. All of us are fantastic.
You know, women often ask me, where are the good guys? Where are they? And I can tell you that I know a few good, really good men out there. And yes, some of them are already taken. But some of those who are not, and actually even the ones that are taken, would actually not go out with super independent women. So yes, they're out there, but if you are a very independent woman, they're not going to be attracted to you because they know there's resistance. There's going to be resistance with someone who's independent, super independent especially. So yes, the answer is there are a few good men out there. And when I say a few good men, and when men who are willing to work hard, men who know that with the right woman, with the right partner, they would invest in her and would do almost anything to take care of her. Because taking care of her, they know, is taking care of him. They understand that they're both a unit. But a lot of women nowadays, I see, do not know how to be in flow, be in their feminine energy. They don't know how to trust men enough to allow them to step in to their masculine energy. To the point that sometimes they push them away, or that they actually get in the way of them stepping in to the masculine role.
Why don't men start wearing engagement rings?
Because you haven't bought him one yet?
Like, genuinely, why is it not normalized for a man to wear an engagement ring?
Because you ladies don't buy him one.
Why does a girl only have to wear one? I mean, not like...
Agreed. Ladies, you can tell your man to not buy you a ring if he decides to propose. Yeah, let's normalize that.
Have to, but like, that's what you see.
I agree, it's completely unfair. When a man wants to marry a woman, he has to go through all these lengths. When a woman wants to marry a man, she just tells him. And then he has to do all this planning for a nice proposal, and then buy the ring, and then go all out and do it in an elaborate, fancy, fun way. And half the time she doesn't appreciate that. And then they get married, maybe, and then she barely buys him anything. That's when she, buys the band. You do realize women are supposed to buy the band, right? I'm actually seeing more and more women shocked by that. But yeah, if you really want a man to wear an engagement ring, buy him one. It's really that simple. It's funny how this is like being painted as an issue that needs to be fixed or something. Like, yeah, you can fix it. It's in your control. I don't know. I think after you get engaged, maybe you should do something nice for your man too. Take him out, buy him something nice, spoil him a little bit. Because if you think about it, throughout the entire relationship, women are spoiled, not men. Women are treated like the prize, when the reality is either both people are the prize or no one's the prize.
What the is that supposed to mean?
How are you?
I'm doing well, how are you?
Good. I'm trying to ask men, why are you like this?
What the is that supposed to mean?
You don't like that question? It just means like, why are men the way they are?
Are you serious right now?
Yeah.
Why are you the way you are?
Well, a lot of things, because...
Okay, well, I'm a lot of things too.
Why does that upset you?
Do you think I'm upset?
Seem irritated.
You seem irritated. Is it a joke?
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun and lighthearted.
The goal is to trap these men and say, like, why are men like this? Like, what the... Honey, your whole premise that you claim is supposed to be lighthearted and fun is right from the first second you're attacking these guys, right? Because your implication is, what's wrong with you? Like, why are you so effed up?
You know how men say that women never take accountability? That may or may not be true. But when I got pregnant, I knew I was going to be a single mother. Because I knew the person I was having a child with wasn't going to be a good father. I thought because I had money that it didn't matter if the guy was a good father or not, because I could make up for it with money. In hindsight, no matter how much money I have, no matter how many nannies I have, that was a bad decision. That was the wrong decision. So here I am taking accountability. I made a bad decision. However, I can't take it back. But what I can do is warn the future generation of women, do not have a child with a man who's not going to be a present father, a good father, a providing father. Because I have men on TikTok, or even women on TikTok, sending me more money than my son's father sent me all year. Which should say something. So yeah, I take full accountability. That was my mistake. But unfortunately, I can't change it. But it's the biggest regret of my life, because I see fathers on Instagram doing with their kids. I see how much better the kids turn out when they do have fathers, when they do have discipline, when they have all these things. And it's like, I f***ed up so bad and I can't undo it. There's nothing I can do to fix it. All I could do is blame myself, but also forgive myself and just tell others not to do the same.
4 ways women lose a good man and how you can avoid it. Pay attention. Let's get into it, ladies. Men, correct me if I'm wrong. Taking them for granted. A man been so good to you for so long, you no longer see the value in them. The value in how they treat you. Not communicating well or effectively. Like expecting men to read our minds. And getting mad when they can't. Being dismissive about how you make him feel, or being overly defensive in response to how he feels. Basically, not liking being held accountable for your actions and how you've made that man feel. Last but not least, being selfish and unwilling to compromise.
Yes.
do I put it?
On the ground. Who needs a man? Not me, baby. Not me.
You see? Oh my god. That's not oil. Now oil is coming, you see?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yes, sir, I'm recording it. And I do have a witness in here. Somebody put windshield washer or something?
So the car was getting fucked up?
No, I don't know. She just brought it. Oh, Jose. Yo. She said her washer fluid is not working. She told me that too. Okay.
That's why I entitled this video, Fellas, you can't make her happy, okay? Stop trying to make her happy. You can't make her happy. And look, I tell men in therapy, in front of their wives, stop trying to make her happy. And the wife cut her eyes at me. What do you mean? What do you mean stop trying to make me happy? No, that's not his job. It's not his job to make you happy. He can contribute to your happiness, but your happiness is an inside job. That's something you got to bring to the relationship. Stop getting married or getting in a relationship with a man expecting him to make you happy. That's not his responsibility. And I'm telling you right in front of your face, so there's no mistaking what I'm saying. Focus on what makes you truly happy, what makes you content, what makes you fulfilled, what gives your life meaning. Focus on that, and he can add to that. But I don't need a man, technically, to make me happy. I know how to do that all on my own. Can a man contribute to my happiness? Most certainly he can. There are tons of things that a man could do that would, oh my gosh, just shoot me to the moon. But I can assure you that if my life is miserable, if I hate my life, if I hate the way I look, if I hate my body, if I hate my lot in life, there ain't nothing that man can do over time to change that. Like, I am a miserable son of a... And I hate to admit this, but that is a lot of women today.
That's what you sound like. Okay? But it's Black Queens Forever, right? But you over here on a post arguing with them. That don't make a lick of sense. Please take a critical thinking class so you can understand what accuracy and logic is. Because you're a walking contradiction, babe. You make no sense. Ain't no woman in her entire life have asked that. You know why? Because the majority of y'all suck. The majority of you suck. Diaka. Big old diaka. Okay?
And I really like, I think his name is Sebastian. I really like what he said. It's like right now, the society we're creating, men don't want to get married. And that's all it means when you say men are opting out. I don't want to buy into that. I don't want to invest in that. And of course, you're going to call me sassy. You're going to call me weak, gay, but I don't care anymore because I'm not going to continue to buy in. That's just a shaming tactic. That's really all it is. And it's really actually, honestly and truly, when I hear women say and do stuff like that, it's very immature. And they're the ones talking about they're going to therapy. That's very immature. Men are essentially saying this society I don't seem to have a place in society. I seem to have a place in dating. And instead of saying, well, why do you feel that way? And then working to rectify or help, because they got to do it on their own, to help rectify the situation, you just say, if that's the way you feel, you must be gay. You must hate women.
I think women are so power hungry. And now that they've been given power, it reveals what women actually want to do. Because I just don't think our nature is very good.
Yeah.
I think our nature is like terrible. And so now they're like, here, you terrible people, here's a bunch of power. And they're like, yay, let's be whores. I'm going to leave my husband and I'm going to my kids. See you guys.
You make a good case. I can't really argue
Yeah,
against
like
you.
I just don't think our nature is very good. I just don't like. Sorry, I don't mean to push back.
No,
but
I don't think most people's nature is very good though.
Well, especially women though. I think
Yeah.
women's is way worse. It's like not even like I feel like men's nature is like this bad and women's nature is like that bad. Feminism just weaponizes men's how good of people men are.
Okay, let's hear this.
Because what they'll do is the women are like, please, we want to work, and the men are like, just shut up, fine. Here you go, honey, I want you to be happy, and they let us go work. Boom, she's the boss. Cooked. And then they say, look, we don't want to have a kid. We don't want to have my kid. I don't want to force you to have it. So they're like, okay, here you go, and they're like, let's all the kids. And we just keep doing this over and over and over again.
I think that if you have children, you should be with the father of your children. That's what I think. If he was good enough to give you a child, but he's not good enough to marry, is crazy to me. He was good enough to give you something that's a piece of him for the rest of his life. You want to go out here low market value. This sounds really terrible when I'm saying it out loud, but you want to go out here and do all of that when you could have just stayed with him. Why'd you choose him in the first place? Why'd you let him shoot up the club? Why'd you let him get you pregnant? That's real. I don't understand that. And if that's the case, be with your baby daddy. I don't feel like women should be getting pregnant by everybody. That's also true. I just don't think that. A majority of children are accidents. They are. I'm an accident. You were probably an accident. Kenny, one day we'll probably have an accident.
I'm the firstborn.
I'm the firstborn too. Definitely an accident.
I was the firstborn too.
So I say that to say, I'm saying that most children are not planned. It's like, oh my God, we're pregnant. Yeah. Most parents are not sitting here like, yeah, we're going to get pregnant on this month. Now, some are. Some are. I'm hope, in my situation now, I'm old. It's big old. It's giving. You're not old. I'm just saying now it's a plan. Okay. And I pray God is in alignment with the plan.
I don't think men are good people. All men. I don't think they're good people. Why not? The reason for that is, like, for men to do things that they consider small in the flesh of, like, cheating. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know that that's going to destroy your partner, but you do it anyway. That's not a mistake. We've watched the same story over and over again. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And just because I'm a woman, I'm supposed to accept your betrayal. Right. Because you're taking advantage of my love for you, and I'm supposed to just be the one behind you riding or dying. I'm not with nobody. To see girls come up to me, I'm the girl they come up to all day long crying. They tell me the most disgusting of stories that I couldn't even believe. And a lot of times men, the wrong man, will stunt your growth as a woman.
Have you ever cheated in a relationship?
That's exactly what I was about to ask. Yeah, I've cheated.
What we've seen is feminism pushing women into a male life history trajectory, into the role of breadwinner. Men who follow those trajectories get the prizes, they get the wives, they get the children, they get the good jobs. Women are attracted to men who have those resources. Women pushed into following that trajectory find that men are not looking for women for those resources particularly. They're actually looking for women who are fertile. They'll spend all their prime reproductive years following this male life history trajectory, get to their 30s, and find that all of the male peers are marrying younger women and having children with them, and they're freezing their eggs. If they manage to meet somebody on internet dating and they have to go through that, then they end up on IVF, and 50% of them end up never having children.
Good men get punished for being good. Loyal, stable, consistent, and faithful, they get taken for granted. Because there's no drama, no games, no chaos, women confuse peace with boring. Here's the truth. The good man penalty is real. He's there every day, he's loyal, he's supportive, but because it doesn't look like a roller coaster, it gets overlooked. And this is the crazy part. The moment he finally walks away, a woman will realize his peace was priceless. Suddenly, women will miss the consistency, the stability, and the safety. By then, it's really too late because another woman has already saw his value. Don't let your good man become another woman's answered prayer.
You want me to tell you another secret about women that they will never admit to? They will take it to the grave. Women will absolutely treat a man differently and have different standards for that man based on if they see them as a good potential partner. For example, if a man doesn't present as somebody that makes a lot of money, she is actually going to expect that expensive dinner date from him on that first date. Whereas if she knows that somebody makes $500,000 a year, she will absolutely accept that coffee date. Trust me.
In today's episode of Women Keeping Other Women Single,
I'm like the worst friend to go out with because if a man is talking to you and I don't like that man for you, I'm going to make it very clear that I want him to go away. Okay. I'm the friend who's like, did you even buy her a drink? And then they're like, oh, you ruined it for her. She could have had it all, but you ruined it for her. Yeah. I ruined it for her. It was me. It was me who ruined it, not you who spent 15 minutes talking to her about nothing. And you didn't even offer to buy her a drink or a snack, a mozzarella stick, a pretzel, a peanut. And I ruined, and I vibe. You know what? I'll take it. I will take that.
You know, I'm starting to think there are a group of women out there who are working with these cat food companies, cat supply companies to keep these women single. I really believe there's something going on like that. They're in cahoots or something, and their plan is working to perfection. Now, I know some women are going to listen to this and agree with this young lady, but this is the issue that I have with this. If that girl is talking to that man for 15 minutes, maybe, just maybe, she like him. I mean, I'm just spitballing. I don't know for sure. Now, if your girl told him to leave and he didn't leave, that's one thing. But if she's sitting there having a good conversation with this man, but you don't like it, who are you to tell him to leave? Matter of fact, if I was your homegirl, I would tell you to leave because you are the problem. And how do you know he wasn't about to ask her, do she want a drink or something to eat? How do you know what his actual plan was? Sometimes you get caught up in conversation and you forget about that stuff. How do you know that wasn't his plan? But to be honest with you, it shouldn't matter. If you ladies are out and you want some mozzarella sticks or a drink, get you some mozzarella sticks and a drink. Why you need a man to come buy that, huh? What happened to Miss Independent? What happened to that? Why are y'all sitting there starving and thirsty waiting for some man to buy something? That is ridiculous to me. That man and that woman was having a good conversation, but because you didn't approve, you want to go and mess it up. So now she gonna miss out on her future husband because you wanted some mozzarella sticks. And here's the funny part. If you wasn't sitting there so worried about what your girlfriend was doing, maybe some dude would be up in your face talking to you. But that's not happening, is it? The fact is you're a hater. And if I was your girlfriend, I would go out without you because you shouldn't be dictating what kind of man she needs in her face. So many of you women, it is all about money. It is all about what y'all can get from a man. So when y'all around a chick who won't think like that, it drives y'all crazy. I swear, if there was a list of things that kept women single, it'd go like this: feminism, these eyelashes, pandering men, women, and at the top of the list, single women. Single women are like the Michael Jordan of this. The greatest of all time. They are the absolute worst. But anyway, those are just my thoughts on that. Leave your thoughts in the video. Appreciate you watching. See you next time.
They don't understand that a lot of men, we don't really run away from marriage. We run away from divorce.
That's a fact.
We're not running away from marriage. But you gotta understand, if I found out what marriage is, it's like, I love my girl. What you mean to tell me if I make one mistake, they can ruin me for the rest of my life on one mistake? If she make a mistake, it's cool. She make a mistake, divorce is good. She just go on about her life. I make a mistake that can cost me for the rest of my, that ain't really fair. You know, one day I want to make my girl that happy because it's truly for her.
Yeah,
and I'm man enough to say men don't look into, and it's coming from somebody whose parents been married. I'm 35. My parents been married since I was 5.
Right.
So this coming from a married home couple. I don't. It's just what they done made it to be now.
Right.
It's like, okay, I see married people. It's really a money game now. It seems like it's like I get married. There's no benefits for me. It's no benefits for me but to make her happy. So now if I get married, okay, cool. Now as a man or whoever I am, I haven't made no mistake with my girl for 8 years.
Right.
Never got no Texas, came to her as no woman. No woman came to her as no woman. I'm not on camera. I'm not doing nothing. I done did my thing. You know what I'm saying? So you mean to tell me if I slip up, I do something up and she just feel like she don't want to give me a chance, she could possibly take half of what I own?
I just feel like this isn't said enough, so I'm going to say it. Men are not all the same. Not all men are the same. I'll tell you that for free. There are some really good men out there in this world. Never lose hope, you know, because they do exist. I've met some of them. You've met some of them. You just don't want them. You've definitely met some of the good men that are out there. It's just not your cup of tea. Yeah, you want rough and rough and ready. Yeah, but they do exist out there. There are good men out there. Like, honestly, there are good men out there. And I've seen it firsthand. Like, I've literally seen it firsthand where I'm just like, you're such a sweetheart. Do you know what I mean? And it is sad that good guys finish last, because that's true. Most women, yeah, we want rough and ready. We want...
Where are all the good men? That's like every 5th video fed to me on TikTok is some woman, typically over the age of 35, 40 years old, moaning about where all the good men are. And here's where they are. They don't want you. And most good men either have already selected a woman or are with them that provides equal energy, or they just don't care and have retreated to the sidelines and don't really feel like dealing with having to go through dating and the whole process of trying to find somebody. And if you're on TikTok and a woman moaning about where all the good men went. They don't want you. That's it. You are the problem.
And, you know, Sarah was talking about she doesn't believe that women, I think most men believe this. I would say that there's a lot of women that believe the same thing. You should not be getting pregnant by every man, period. But modern women, they don't understand the lifestyle that they live is putting them at risk of doing this very thing, right? If you do more of something, you're probably going to be at risk of, you know, having a child. I mean, when you have sex, then, you know, it only takes one time, right? Oh, well, you know, I wore a condom. Once again, it only takes one time. The point is, modern women, a lot of times, they're not selective, right? So we're talking about, why don't you just stay with your baby daddy? Because my baby daddy was trash in the first place. I knew he was trash, but I didn't think that I would be tied to him for the next 18, 20 years. I wasn't planning on that. I was just planning on having a nice night. I mean, we got to, you know, doing a few things. And here we are. You know what I mean? Right? Here we are. I didn't vet anybody. Right? And he's like, okay, you know, made a mistake. You didn't see that coming. No pun intended. Right? But then you continue on down that way, and then you end up with 2 or 3 kids by 2 or 3 different men. I'm thinking of a woman right now. I think she said she had 5 or 6 kids with another on the way. And all of them, I think she said, had different baby daddies. I think she said she was like 27. What are you up to right now?